down. We the talk around town. Alex threw the ball to Smokey for a touchdown. Ha. It's fourth down and you don't really want no more. We've been winning from the door. You should check the scoreboard. Ha. Check the scoreboard.
Welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard. We are about to usher in the first ever season of the UFL next week, but this week we thought we'd kick off the spring football season from coming back from a little break with something we do about once a year. We've got a little quiz. So like Rich Eisen runs the 40 every year and it's not all that exciting. We have a quiz, an NFL quiz, which I like to compile. The reason I make those mostly is because throughout the year, every once in a while, I come across statistics and historical facts that are just amazing, and I need a platform to share them in the NFL. So I do that in the form of a quiz. Whenever I have 3-4 really cool facts together, I'll design a quiz around them, add some easier questions in, and then Smokey's the guinea pig every time. So Smokey, how are you doing?
Well, I'm not good now because I'm never good at quizzes. Like each year you like to torture me with one of these, and sometimes, actually last season I did okay at it, but usually in the middle of quizzes, if there's not multiple choice, like I can go blank. Even if I know the answer, I just go blank and I'm like, oh, I cannot remember the answer at all. So that happens to me and I am the victim of this. I would much rather be out there with Rich Eisen running the 40 in front of the entire world than taking quizzes.
Yeah.
But in the end, we may learn something. So let's do it.
We might. So I'll say this. I feel like my quizzes are getting better over the years. And by better, I mean more interesting facts, but also fairer to you. Because there's been quizzes where there hasn't been, like, where there's maybe been one easy question, and the rest have all been kind of iffy. So I think this one is more fair, but I'll let you evaluate it at the end. So this one is actually this may take you back to high school. But this one is structured into several different categories, several different parts. There are 4 easy questions, 5 medium questions. Then we'll have a little break with guessing questions. 2 just guess the number. 3 hard questions. 1 bonus question, which I'm not saying too much by saying this bonus question is related to my favorite piece of NFL statistics that I have ever heard. Like in my entire life thus far, that is my favorite stat about the entire NFL. And I turned it into a question somehow because, that's the best way to present it. And then at the end, there's a little thought experiment that I've had in my head for about 2 or 3 years, I want to say, that I finally want to discuss with you as well, which also relates to the NFL. So with that being said, there are, 4 easy, 5 medium, so that's 9. 3 hard questions, that's 12. 2 guesses and the bonus, 15 total questions. How many do you think you're gonna get here? And with a guess, I'm gonna give you if you're within 10%, within 10%, I'll give you the point.
Oh, okay. So with that little bit of a grading curve, you're saying there's 15 questions total? 15.
The bonus question is number 16, but there's no way possible you could ever get that right. If you do get that one, I'll give you 5 points for it.
All right. Well, with that added in, I'm going to get 5 extra points. If I get that right, I'm going to get a grand total of 2 points.
2 points out of 15. Okay. You know what? I think you should have 2 or 3 points at the end of the easy section already.
All right,
so I'm gonna grant you. I'm gonna say you're gonna end up with. I'm gonna say you're gonna end up with 6 or 7 points. That's my goal for you. I want you to score 50% because that way I know it's like the questionnaire is fair and also entertaining and also difficult.
All right.
So are you ready for these questions?
No, I'm not ready, but I am ready. Let's do it.
There's no choice. But we're starting this off very easy. Easy question just to get back into the flow. Can you tell me what college Justin Herbert played football for?
Yes, so I do have 1 point now. I'll tell you that. He played for Oregon.
He did play for Oregon. See, that's already 1 point. But are you keeping score or am I keeping score? I can keep score.
Oh, either way.
Okay, you keep score. You keep score. That is 1 point for you.
1 point.
Can you name the stadium of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh, what is the name of their stadium? Man, I'm stuck with. I think last quiz I learned that the Hard Rock was Miami's stadium.
Yeah, dude, you remember that?
Yeah. I don't know right offhand what they call that.
I'll give you a hint. It's named after a person, so it's first name, last name, stadium.
Was it a former football player or no?
Perhaps. I don't actually know that.
Oh, okay.
Does it help you to know? I can look it up.
No, probably not. I mean, not a lot of former Tampa Bay greats anyway, huh? Oh, that's a burn.
It's just a company.
Oh, okay. It's not Acrisure. That's Pittsburgh. No.
Newly, yeah.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'd say Pittsburgh. I'd still say Heinz Field. I probably will forever say that.
Yeah, no, I cannot recall it right offhand, so I will not take a point there.
Since it's a division rival for you, but the answer is Raymond James Stadium.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I did know that. I did know that. And actually, I had money in Raymond James before, so I should have known that.
Yeah, should have gotten that.
Yeah, and he's definitely not a player. He was an investor.
Yeah, exactly. To redeem yourself, can you tell me the active roster limit in the NFL for players on the active roster during the season?
The entire roster and not dress out, right?
Yeah, no practice squad, the entire roster. Yep.
A 52-man roster, 48 dress out, I believe.
53-man roster.
53, damn it. Damn it, all right.
I give you half a point for that, baby.
Right.
If at the end I need you to get that half point to reach 6 or 7, I'll give it to you. Yeah. And final question that I consider, I put in the easy category, which it probably isn't. Who is the Seahawks all-time leading rusher?
All-time leading rusher. Is it not Marshawn?
It is not Marshawn. I will give you that hint and then let you guess.
Seahawks,
because that's the slight trap.
Leading rusher. Let me think. Who are some of the greats? Before Marshawn. Was it Sean Alexander?
That's the one.
Oh,
there we go.
Sweet. Yes, I got a point.
That's a point for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a guess? No points attached to this one. How many yards?
Ooh. No, I'm gonna say. Oh, it had to be a lot. To beat Marshawn, as a matter of fact. I'm going to say around 10,000.
That's a very good guess. 9,429.
Ooh, man. I'm doing something.
Very good guess. Yeah. So
got my 2 points. I'm good to go.
Yeah. There you go. That's 2 points. Let's get into the medium difficulty questions here. Who is the only non-quarterback to ever win multiple league MVPs?
Ooh, that is tough. Multiple at that.
Only one non-quarterback has ever done it.
Was it a running back? Can I ask that?
It was a running back, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's not Lawrence Taylor then. Was it Emmitt Smith?
No, it is Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. Wow, that goes way back.
Yeah. The last relic of a time where the running game was probably more valuable than the passing game. Mm-hmm. In the 80s and 90s, probably was very hard already for a running back.
True, but I think
to beat out a quarterback.
Emmitt Smith is like the all-time leading rusher, right?
He's the all-time leading rusher, but he also played it behind the all-time offensive line. And,
true.
You know, the passing was already a big deal back then. So Jim Brown, the only non-quarterback.
All right.
With multiple MVPs. Can you name the oldest active player as of today in the NFL?
Ooh. Oh, well, I'm guessing the oldest active player. And you know I want to say Aaron Rodgers.
That's the trap again. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's got to be a kicker, right? Who's the oldest kicker that's still playing? Is it Tucker?
It is Jason Peters, offensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah,
really?
42 years old.
Wow, I did not realize he was that old.
Unbelievably so. Yeah, he just turned 42 in January, and he is still active.
He's
older than Aaron Rodgers.
Older than all the kickers too.
Older than all the kickers.
Wow.
Still active. Amazingly.
Yeah.
All right. This is one that, the next question is one that came to me one night when I couldn't sleep, and I don't know why this question came to me, and I tried to answer it for myself, and I could not get to a satisfying answer until I eventually got to an answer that I did not want to be true. So I spent 15 more minutes thinking, and then I looked it up, and the answer I got to was true, and it did not satisfy me. Let's see if you're going to employ the same process.
Okay.
Who is, and correct me if you don't understand the question, right? Who is currently the longest tenured NFL quarterback with the same team?
Oh, with the same team. Wow, I bet it's somebody we don't expect to. Teams, man, they've changed so much lately.
Yeah, they've changed a lot.
Wow.
Just 2 years ago, I'd have asked you, you're going to go, oh, yeah, Breeze, Rodgers, Brady, there's so many.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, all of them gone.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, even Stafford.
As of today.
All right, so let's go back to the draft.
You can take your time with this, by the way, because I took like 5 minutes to think, basically through every team.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it to be true.
Well, I'm going back through the drafts. Let's, okay, I think all of the 14 guys are gone now. The 15 guys, Goff, yeah, he's gone. Wentz is gone. Winston is gone. Mariota's gone. I think I had those two back. Wow, is it one of the guys from 17? Wow, is it Patrick Mahomes?
If I gave you the year, it would be a very, very easy one.
Okay, what year?
I'm not gonna give you the year.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then it's got to be older than Patrick Mahomes. Jesus, those were some horrible drafts back before 15. I'm running right now. I'm running through all the divisions in my head and thinking of the quarterbacks for each one, and all of them seem to have guys that have been drafted within the past 6-7 years or changed teams within that time. So it's Dak has been there since he was drafted in 17, I believe. Maybe 15. Is it Dak Prescott?
It is Dak Prescott.
Wow, that's right. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. 2016.
16, yeah.
2016.
Wow.
Quarterback. Unbelievably, because we talk about him being out every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, that is insane. Not a single other quarterback. With Rodgers, Kirk Cousins is now leaving the Vikings as well. Dak Prescott, 2016.
Wow.
Amazingly.
Wow. So let's not count my original. It wasn't a guess. The Patrick Mahomes things wasn't a guess. He has to be number 2 though, right?
He might. He just might be. Yeah. I think it could be. Yeah. 2017.
Yeah.
Mahomes makes sense. Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable. So yeah, Dak 2016. So that's your third point.
Sweet. I'll take it.
Already exceeded your own expectations. Only halfway through the quiz. All right, this one actually is a 50-50. This next one, so you have a good shot. All right, what was longer, the biggest regular season winning streak or the biggest regular season losing streak in NFL history?
By far, it has to be the losing streak. I think it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of the mid 70s.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be.
You nailed that.
Okay, yeah.
Perfectly. The 76-77 Bucs. It's not by a lot though.
Lost
26 games in a row.
Yeah.
The longest winning streak, the 08-09 Colts. Peyton
really?
Manning. Wow. 23 wins in a row.
Wow, I would have thought the Dolphins, like the 72 Dolphins, because they went undefeated that year. Don't know what. Yeah. I don't know what their wins were around that, but that would have been my guess for the longest winning streak.
Apparently not long enough.
Yeah.
08-09 Colts, 3 game difference, but you got it right. Longest losing streak is longer than the longest winning streak. Mm-hmm. That's 4 points.
Sweet.
Look at that. 4 points already. And this next one actually is a kind of a bonus question from the medium. And you're going to be put on a timer here, okay? So I'm going to bring a timer out. This is the first time we're doing this this quiz. But you have a chance to gain a lot of points in this one. Okay. I will start the timer as soon as I finish reading the question. So please pay careful attention, okay? Mm-hmm. 1 point each for naming every team. For one point each for naming each team that has never appeared in a Super Bowl starting now.
Okay, never appeared in a Super Bowl. The Minnesota Vikings.
They've appeared in many Super Bowls.
Really?
Yes.
They've never won one, though. Okay.
Never won one.
The Browns.
That's one.
Let me think. Got to run through all the divisions really quick.
10 seconds.
My head. Jesus, I'm gonna end up with 1 point. The Lions.
That's 2. And that's time. So you got 2 out of the 4 Jaguars and Texans.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Or
2 of the
newer teams. Yeah, exactly. That is 6 points after the medium section.
When did the Vikings go to the Super Bowl? I mean, I guess they have
the
been.
Vikings
They've never
went to
won.
like 5 or 6 Super Bowls.
Really? What years?
Yeah, like they went to, I think, 4 of the first 10. So like way back.
Oh, okay.
They were like Fran Tarkenton. They were really good. The Vikings were really good for a long time.
But they've never won one. They're on the list.
Never won one. But they went to many. So
I always assumed because they've always been on that list of never won a Super Bowl. So I always thought maybe they never made one.
They're one of the winningest teams in the NFL history. Top 10, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know that much about that era of football.
Front loaded. There's a great, that SB Nation documentary about the Atlanta Falcons, history of the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, there's one about the Vikings that came out a few months ago last year. So 7-parter, I believe, as well. Same idea. I highly recommend watching it, at least the first 5. It's really, really good. Mm-hmm. And they detail exactly those things as well. So you are at 6 points after the medium section.
Good. I'll take it.
What more could you want? Next up, we have the 2 guesses. These are pure guessing questions. Okay. And as I said, if you come within 10% of the right answer, I will give you the point. All right?
Okay.
Number 1. How many cows are used for a season's worth of NFL footballs?
Wow, that is out of left field. How many cows are used in a season of footballs? Oh my God, I don't even know how many footballs would be used. How many footballs could you get out of one single cow? I'm going to say, a good 20? Maybe more. And the cow has a lot of hide. Okay, so I'm going to say they probably load up 25 footballs per game just in case, right? And we're not going to reuse the footballs. I'm going to say 18 cows.
The answer is 3,000 cows.
No way! Are you serious?
3,000 cows.
How many footballs do you get out of a cow?
I don't know. Maybe they just use the best pieces of leather. So maybe they get I'm guessing maybe 2 or 3 footballs per cow.
Wow.
And then I'm guessing 20 or 30 per game for sure.
Yeah.
And you don't reuse them. That's the only way you get to such a number.
I mean, I guess I was off on the amount of footballs for the entire season. But I would think 25 to 30 per game.
3,000 cows per year for NFL footballs. That's a lot.
A lot of cows are giving up their lives for football.
I guess so, yeah. That is amazing.
Wow.
Crazy they still call it pigskin. This is made from cow leather. They should call it the cowskin.
The Duke is not pigskin.
I don't know. Guessing question number 2. This is from your field of expertise, which is why I selected it.
Okay.
What is the best score in a single game standard scoring fantasy player ever?
Oh, in a single game. Mm-hmm. I want to say
standard score, not PPR.
Oh, standard. Okay, so
standard score.
Probably a running back. I want to say LaDainian Tomlinson was the guy. I'm trying to think if he had a single game record. Yeah. Man, there were some great ones. Okay, maybe it's a quarterback, actually, now that I think about it. It's either a quarterback or... I'm gonna say there was an 80... Man, standard, though. Standard.
Yeah. I'll give you a hint. If it's PPR, it's in the high 70s. Jerry Rice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And definitely wasn't playing back in those days. Okay, so I am going to go with the running back then. I'm going to say LaDainian Tomlinson. I'm going to say around 65 points.
It's 55.4.
Oh, okay. Who was
55.4. It is Clinton Portis, 2003. For the Washington Redskins, yes.
Really?
218 rushing yards, 36 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns.
Wow. Okay. Never heard that stat before. That was back during the days of, like, you had to buy magazines to play fantasy football.
Probably, yeah.
Everything was written out on a big whiteboard. Yeah.
But you can retroactively score everyone as well, so we can get fantasy points for Jerry Rice as well. And he had like a 70 point game with PPR. But the standard scoring Clinton Portis is 55. So that's not within 10%. Mm-hmm. So no points for that. Still sitting at 6 points.
All right.
As we are entering the hard section of the quiz. Only 3 questions. Let's see what you can do. Everything that was bonus points. You expected to get 2. I expected you to get 6 or 7. You already have 6. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What is the highest number of quarterbacks ever drafted in the first round of a single NFL draft?
The highest number of quarterbacks ever drafted in the first round?
Yeah.
Of
a single draft.
Well, I know that 85 was a big year because there were some big names come there, but I think there was only like 4 or 5. Maybe that is it though. Now that I think about it, there's got to be more than 5 somewhere. I'm going to say 7.
The answer is 6.
Oh, damn. Right in the middle.
So close. 6 quarterbacks, the 1983 NFL draft.
Oh, so right before 85.
Yeah.
All right.
John Elway, Todd Blackledge, Jim Kelly, Tony Eason, Ken O'Brien, and Dan Marino.
That's actually the year I was thinking of. I thought that was 85.
That's 83.
That was 83?
Yep.
Okay, and I was missing one name.
3 Hall of Famers right there.
Wow, I was missing one name. I knew Jim Kelly.
Yeah, probably Todd Blackledge. Who thinks of him?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Kelly, Marino, and Elway, of course, are Hall of Famers. Of course,
yes.
But that was close. Maybe you have a shot at these other hard questions. So
maybe.
Next, I would ask you, what is the exact height difference between the tallest and shortest NFL players of all time?
Oh, man. I bet the shortest has to be, what's his name that was drafted by the Cowboys last year? The running back, and his dad works for the Cowboys. I think he came out of, where did he come out of, Texas, or where was it? No, Oklahoma State, maybe? Oh, God, I forgot his name. Of course, he's not of relevance in the NFL, but it was a good draft story. Jesus, I know.
He's a running back, you say?
Yeah. The running back for the Cowboys, if you look at the depth chart. Unless they placed him on the practice squad at some point.
Right now I'm seeing Snoop Connor, Malik Davis, and Hunter Lupke. No one from Texas. He said he was drafted last year.
Yeah, it was, what was it? 3rd, somewhere between the 4th, 5th round, somewhere in there. It was a day 3 pick, so it must have been, 4th round or later. I don't think it was Texas. Like
Deuce Vaughn,
that's it. He's got to be the shortest player of all time. If you want to look up how tall Deuce Vaughn is, the tallest player, what is it? Priest Holmes or someone like that. Sure, probably a tight end. All right, so the difference I'm going to say is over a foot. I'm going to say 1 foot 1 inch.
Difference is 1 foot 11 inches.
Wow, that is a huge gap.
So, tallest player ever, Richard Sly in the 70s, 80s, defensive tackle for the Oakland Raiders at exactly 7 feet. That means that the shortest player ever was 5'1". Yeah, 5'1". In the 1920s, a guy called Jack Shapiro played running back for the Staten Island Stapletons.
Wow.
As we all know.
And Deuce Vaughn's probably like 5'6", 5'6", 5'7".
He's 5'5".
5'5", okay.
Yeah, 5'5".
Man,
So
I would have thought he was the shortest of all time.
5'1", 11'1". Almost. I tried to make it 2 feet, but they insist. Every source insists that he's 5'1", not 5'0". That's all I could get.
Poor guy.
And last of the hard questions.
All right.
You are familiar with loss of down penalties, correct?
Yeah.
Like intentional grounding, loss of down. Okay.
Yeah.
Which one is the only loss of ball penalty in the NFL catalog?
Loss of ball. I don't think I've ever seen that penalty before.
I'll give you this little hint. You've seen the penalty, but they never announce the formal loss of ball. And this is a very technical question, very techie.
Yeah.
This comes down to like definition stuff. But there's one technical loss of ball penalty.
I mean, not reaching the down marker on 4th down, but that's not technically a penalty.
It's not a penalty.
Yeah. Jesus. I don't know. Fighting? I don't know. Like, no, you really don't even lose it for fighting. You could get a yardage penalty, but or a loss of down even. Not a clue, man. What would be a loss of ball penalty?
That's tough.
Yeah. I don't even have a guess, man. Like, nothing comes to mind. What is it?
Okay, it's the fair catch interference. Fair catch interference, technically a loss of ball penalty. It's distinguished from an incident like, let's say you throw an interception, and then you also commit a penalty or something, or like you catch an interception and commit a penalty. The differentiation is the fair catch interference itself. The penalty is what results in loss of ball. In the other one, it's just penalty negating the actual play which resulted in the loss of ball.
Yeah,
but,
I guess that is a loss of ball.
Yeah, with if you interfere with the fair catch and recover your own punt, that is the penalty itself incurring the loss of ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Never gets announced. No one ever talks about it like that.
Yeah.
I was scrolling through like sources about the NFL, like the penalty catalog, and I found out that only one penalty is technically listed as loss of ball, and it's this one.
Yeah, I mean,
you got it.
Technically, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be something severe, like some taunting, or like.
Nah.
But then again, like we've seen all of that, and there's never been loss of ball or any of that stuff.
Oh, it's terrible stuff. But that's the only one, and it's not because of severity; it's just because of technicality.
Yeah.
But there it is. That ends the regular section of the quiz. I want to say you end up with 6 points. You still technically get the chance to answer this bonus question, my favorite stat of all time I've ever found in the NFL. I'll ask you this one, and then we have this other thought experiment I quickly wanted to talk about. So, bonus question, and this has some introduction, okay? Jerry Rice has the most receiving yards of any NFL player after turning 40 years old. He has 2,169 yards after being 40 years old, okay? My question to you, who is second in that category? Receiving yards after the age of 40.
Wow. What receivers play past 40 after Jerry Rice? Or I guess it could be before Jerry Rice also. Man, I don't know a ton of players, a ton of wide receivers that play past 40. Huh. Give me a second to think about this. Dude, no over 40 wide receivers are coming to mind. I'm guessing it had to be somebody before the current era, meaning like 2000 and up. Like, T.O. didn't even make it to 40, did he?
I'm not saying anything.
All right. Well, that makes me.
This one's too good to give anything away.
Okay. I thought you might have been giving it away when you did not respond to T.O. So then I guess it's not T.O. then. Yeah, he had to go out before 40. Because I know he was like 44 a few years back and trying to get back in. Dude. Wide receivers who played past 40. Dude, no, I can't think of anyone who played past 40 at wide receiver. I mean, Jerry Rice, you already gave that away. But no.
Do you want to just give any guess, or do you want to hear the glorious answer?
Yeah, I will give you a TO because that's the only old guy I know that played long enough, but I doubt he played past 40.
Yeah, so most receiving yards after the age of 40. Number 1, Jerry Rice with 2,169 yards.
Okay.
Number 2 with 6 receiving yards after the age of 40. Tom Brady.
Oh my God, that's a trick question.
and that's not all. See, the stat gets even better. There are only 3 players in NFL history with receiving yards after the age of 40. Jerry Rice, 2,169. Tom Brady with 6, and Brett Favre.
I knew it because I was like, okay, if quarterbacks are included, it had to be Brett Favre.
With minus 2 yards.
Yeah, minus 2 yards.
Minus 2 receiving yards. Tom Brady and Brett Favre combine as the only other 2 players with a reception after their 40th birthday for 4 yards. Brady contributing 6, Favre minus 2. No other player has receiving yards after the age of 40.
Yeah, see, I didn't think so. But obviously it wasn't wide receiver.
That is my favorite stat of all time.
Yeah, it is a trick question.
Best thing ever. It is a trick. I mean, kind of. Yeah. I didn't ask for receivers. I asked for receiving yards. That's why I said there's no way you're getting it. That's spread this statistical fact far and wide. That's my favorite thing ever. I need everyone to know this exact fact. Best thing of all time. All right, you have scored 6 out of whatever 15 questions. 15. Let's not count the other one. 6 points. That's good. I think that's exactly what I was aiming for, and it's definitely strongly exceeding your expectations. So, do we consider this a fair quiz?
Yeah. I mean, I learned a lot from it, so I will consider it fair, except for that last question. That's definitely a trick question.
All right. And for everyone who's been playing along at home, hopefully without cheating, put your answers and your scores in the comments, and let's see what you got. From that. Now, I have this other thing. This is thought experiment that I've had in my head for a while, and there's no, I've never really been able to fit it into a prediction episode because it doesn't make sense and it draws the episode out. But I've thought about this. Mm-hmm. Let's say you're an NFL head coach, right? Just on any random team.
Yeah. Except
you get one advantage. And your advantage is that you are always allowed to field 12 players. However, your 12th player has to be a non-athlete, an average dude. You or me. Can't be even a collegiate athlete. Has to be an average Joe.
Okay.
You always 11 football players and an average Joe additionally. You are allowed to bring out on the field on any given snap. Or every snap if you want. Multiple questions. How big of an advantage would it be? And then how to best use that advantage.
And when you say they can't be an athlete at all,
they gotta be an average guy, 45 years old, 5'7", works an office job.
But can the guy at least
150 pounds?
You know,
can't at most goes for walks on Sunday. Doesn't go to the gym or anything. Not a runner or anything like that. Average guy, straight out of your office building.
At the risk of sounding not PC and possibly being called a sexist or something like that, or misogynistic, I would throw a female out there.
Okay, that's allowed, yeah.
I guess people will be mad about that, saying in a revealing outfit, but at least something that's going to catch people's eyes.
I should say they have to wear pads and a helmet.
Oh, okay. I would still do
equipment.
I would still do it because men are still men. And I would throw, and try to keep her out of harm's way, She can't be an athlete, so that's not going to help her. But, it's still distracting. And, until we have tons of female players, which probably will happen. Maybe not tons, but there's going to be female players making it into the NFL one day. So,
kickers, maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, until we get that. Because the guys are going to be chivalrous, right? They're going to try not to hit her. And she can get in there without getting hit, and it will be a distraction, and you can use that to your advantage.
how would you line her up? Like, what position? Offense, defense, and where?
I might put her in the slot so she can just cause havoc right in the middle of the
just run
field.
some route. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, you probably wouldn't pass the ball to her. I mean, unless she has
true.
really good hands, but
Really,
she
like,
can't.
wide open, right? Like, maybe, like, if you just draw, like, you just try to draw coverage or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
But if she ever does get the ball, then nobody's going to hit her.
Yeah, I mean, they probably should. I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, they're getting their athletes to get paid millions to, like, be focused no matter what, right?
Yeah.
So you'd hope they would. But this brings me to another tangent or another thought experiment that I had recently. You know, whenever like they like a substitution's too late, they call too many men on the field.
Yes.
So I actually went into the NFL rulebook and looked up if that is the exact wording verbatim of the penalty. Because if it says that a team cannot have more than 11 men on the field, what prevents them from putting 100 women on the field alongside? And if that were the case, why hasn't Bill Belichick done it? But it does. The exact ruling does not say that. The ruling calls for 11 players.
Yeah.
Smartly, because we know Belichick would have done that.
Oh, absolutely.
If it were allowed. So what I would do if I was this head coach, I'd probably see the only issue is like, okay, you want your extra player to get injured right away, so you want to kind of keep him from contact. You can't just put him like up as an extra tight end as a blocker, or like on the defense, like stuff him in the middle of your defensive line because he's gonna get run over, he'll die. You can't do that. So you gotta find like a good use for him.
Yeah,
it's not that easy. Best I can think of is also something like a perimeter or slot receiver and just run a random clear route every time.
That's exactly what I was thinking, yeah. Would that be your idea also? Or did you have some other average Joe?
Maybe. I was thinking, I don't know how safe this is, but maybe you can put him up on defense, just have him like lay down in front of the center. Or like just... just like lay down, so like he can't get hit. Like he'll still have a lot of people land on top of him though, which is also dangerous. Just lay there, just be like a physical obstacle, be it a small one.
Probably would trip some people up.
Yeah, and that's all it needs, right? Just don't get hurt. That's the problem. Is like he'll have 1,000 pounds on him, and that doesn't work out for an average Joe.
Yeah, for an average guy. A player can handle that, but
player can handle it, but it can't be an athlete.
Yeah.
So
man, you might have to replace him twice each game.
Exactly.
At least.
No, that's at the stipulation. You can only have one active average Joe on your roster. So if he gets hurt, he's out. You can't do it for the rest of the game.
That reminds me of this YouTube series that this gamer YouTuber runs every year, and he's not necessarily a Madden gamer or whatever, but he does buy Madden every single year, and he plays this player. He only releases one video of Madden each year.
Oh, dude, Glassbones Greg.
Yes, you know that. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, I love that series.
This must have been running for over 10 years at this point.
Yeah, I think it is.
On.
Yeah. Yeah, he released
that is a true classic.
I don't think he's done 2024, at least not that I've seen. But yeah, he's done.
Can Glassbones Greg make it through the season?
Yes, absolutely. That's so good.
Yeah. I used to watch that when I played Madden. That was like 2014, 15. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, he's been doing it a long time.
Amazing that's still running.
Yeah.
How does an NFL coach make best, like, okay, how much of an advantage is it? Like, say you give this to an actual NFL head coach who's like really smart and all, like an offensive coordinator or even just a head coach generally. How much of an advantage is it to have this one average show? Do you think it like makes a significant difference? Like it wins you? Do you just go undefeated? Do you go 17-0? Is it that big of a thing, or is it just like maybe 1 or 2 extra wins?
In man coverage, I think it's an advantage. I'm sure Shanahan could scheme up something for anyone. Like he could figure out an offense that'll run an average Joe for sure. I don't know exactly what position he would put him in, but I'm bet he could figure out a way to win every single game by having just one extra average Joe on the field somehow. And if the defense is playing man on man, they're going to cover their guy, right? You have a guy that is not covered. I mean,
but it's always going to be average Joe, and he likely won't catch, and if he catches, he will fumble.
Yeah. You would hope that he could secure a ball here and there, though, right?
And just go down.
Yeah, because as soon as he catches the ball, they're going after him. They're going to break off of their man and go straight for him. But
I guess the best you can do is like run verticals, have average Joe as a check down.
Yeah.
And only if every linebacker is 15 yards deep, you check it down to him and make him stumble for 5 yards and secure the ball. And if someone like covers him underneath, you have your one-on-one on your deep target you want downfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe. But it feels like there has to be better ways to do it, right?
Yeah. But if you have a really good running quarterback also, there's going to be a spy on him. So you're thinking your man is running wide open on every play pretty much.
Also, one thing would interest me is also how does it affect the rules? How many men do you need on the line of scrimmage now that you can field 12 people? Because would it be possible to have 5 eligible receivers on one side of the formation now? And just have that one guy on the line, like outside the numbers on the left side, forcing a corner all the way away from the play. And then you run like 5 on 4 on the other side.
Are you saying he'll be a decoy, basically?
Yeah. I'm lining him up like on the on the numbers on the field side, and then can I line up all my 5 eligibles on the boundary side, or vice versa probably? But yeah, can I do that?
I would hope so.
I don't know.
I mean, there would have to be an addendum to the rules, obviously, to make any of this work. But
yeah, exactly. How many eligibles? How many? Would he be an eligible player to begin with?
Well, if he's
can we have 6 eligibles, or but can we have 6 eligibles, or would he just have to be a lineman? Would he have to be a blocker?
Then you're not getting any benefit out of it, right? If it's just an average Joe,
throw himself in the way.
Yeah.
Like second fullback, I guess. Just go and run up there, and if you can make anyone stumble even for a second,
throw a crossbody block to a linebacker, I suppose.
Break your ribs. That's not enough, though. You'd feel like if you could field an extra player. Like if you could field 12 professional players, you'd win every single game.
Yeah,
it's a huge advantage.
Yeah, but if it's an average Joe, like I said, I'm sure Shanahan could make this work. He could absolutely figure out how to get your mom.
I'd really love to talk to these NFL coaches and see what they would do, because I don't know if anyone has ever ran an idea like this by an NFL head coach.
I doubt it, because it's a scenario that will never happen in real life.
Yeah, I'd be so curious how to take advantage of that, though.
That would be a good interview question for if you were an NFL interviewer. Yeah.
Maybe you do the whole just plug the line thing, and you equip them like your linemen in the 60s and 70s, just huge foam pads under the shoulder pads. Basically, you dress them in the whole body suits that people wear in the training attack dogs kind of thing. Massive amounts of padding, and just lay down in front of the center. Yeah. That's all you need to do. Be a rock. Be a human rock that someone has to step over you.
I say you put a flak jacket under his jersey, and just have him throw crossbody blocks. Whoever the most menacing linebacker is on the field for whatever team.
But how is he going to catch him, though? How does he know the angle for the block? How is he ever going to get there fast enough?
Well, you're going to have to, make sure your play involves the linebacker being still. If it's zone or whatever, he's going to be in his right position. So you hopefully can line him up that way. If it's man on man, then it's going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah.
But then he may be open for a reception.
Yeah, but that's like a 20% chance he catches an open reception.
That's true, but some of the receivers we have in the NFL only catch 20%. It seems like.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's ever an NFL coach or even a college coach on the higher level that we can have access to, or anyone who's listening has access to, please ask that question. I'm so curious.
Absolutely.
Really want to know. Really, really want to know. Hope people would do that.
Yeah.
But that is, I guess, our spring season introduction episode of the Scoreboard. So thank you for watching, everybody. We had a good quiz. Do you agree? This was that a good quiz? Are my quizzes getting better?
They're getting better. There are no good quizzes though, so it's not a good one.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
But yes,
the least bad one. If I can bring the least bad quiz every year, that is a win. That is good for me. So whatever you guys think, let us know in the comments as well. Drop us a like, please. That would be great. And next week we'll be back talking about the UFL and the week 1 predictions for the UFL. So big stuff coming up. Finally, spring football's back. Can't wait. Please join us next week for that and drop us a subscription if you want to be updated throughout the whole season. Other than that, we will see you in the next one.
Deuces.